Hi TASPA artists, this is Mr. Phillips, and boy do I have a lesson for you today. Our lesson today is on shape. Shape, which you see the definition here, is a two-dimensional area that's confined by an actual or implied line. Now you may be wondering, what is an implied line? An implied line is a line like the lines around a cloud. You don't actually see lines, but you know that that cloud shape is there. So that would be an example of an implied line. There are different types of shapes. There's geometric shapes and organic. Geometric are the ones we can name, like a square, rectangle, circle, hexagon. You know those shapes. And organic shapes are the shapes that are found in nature. All right, now that we've talked about shape, let's go ahead and get our supplies ready. As always, we'll need a piece of paper, we'll need a pencil, an eraser, and a black marker or Sharpie to go over our lines. You may choose to use colored pencils or crayons or markers to color it when you're finished, but today we will mainly be drawing. So what we're going to draw today to use shape is a robot. So we're each going to create our own robot. And I might just draw two on this paper so that way you have some examples, multiple examples. So the first thing we want to start with our robot is our robot body. Now my robot body over here, I think I'm going to make it kind of circular. Maybe this is his tummy or her tummy area. And for this one, I'm going to go the standard rectangle body. Most robots seem to carry this type of body. So our next step is probably to put on our head or figure out our head. So for this one, I want to make it kind of almost androidish. So a human face kind of. So I'm going to give it this oval long head. And this one over here, I'm going to stick with the box shape and I'm going to create a rectangle head. Actually, let's make that a square. I don't want to do a rectangle. We've already done a rectangle. So I've got kind of an oval with a circle. And over here, for this robot, I've got a square and a rectangle. So what we can do next is connect our heads to our bodies. So this one, I want to make it kind of curvy. I'm going to bring a line that curves down. And remember, we're making shapes. Right now, these are just two lines. I need to close that to make my shape. And as always, I'm going to erase any lines that fall through. So I've got right now my head, my neck, and my belly or stomach, chest area. On this one, let's go ahead and put a neck. And this one, I'm going to make my neck kind of interesting. I'm going to do a zigzag shape so this neck can move in different directions. He can turn and peer around corners. Let's go ahead and put some eyes on there. I'm going to keep my shape simple again. I'm going to use circles on this one, like buttons. And I think I'll use ovals on this one. Give him some long eyes. We can adorn them or decorate them. This one, maybe I'm going to put antenna off it. And he's been looking around a lot of corners, so one of his antennas is bent. It's been broken. You can always put in your eyes if you want to put eyes in them. This one I'm going to leave open. Robots don't smell technically usually. So I'm not going to put a nose on. And maybe to speak for this one, I'll put a little speaker. So that one speaks out a speaker. And this one, maybe he's got just a long light up mouth. All right, let's go ahead and put some legs on. So for this one, I made my neck in this shape, and I might want to go back in and make it look like metal by putting some smiley faces on. And you could do the same to this if you wanted. But like I was saying before, our neck is curved. It's got this metal tube look. Let's go ahead and keep the feet the same way. So I'm going to go and draw two lines down. And you know, sometimes we just make mistakes, so we have to use our eraser. I want to try and keep those parallel. Remember parallel? They run together. And I'm going to close that off. And just like I said before, we erase our inside lines. And I'm going to make her feet, I'm going to add a ring around it. And then I'm going to draw kind of like a bowl shape. She's going to have big, floppy legs. I'm going to do the other foot so that way she can stand. Otherwise, she's just kind of like a flamingo there. And just like this one, I'm going to put those curved lines to make it look like metal. Now, I've kind of scribbled my body for her. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over that and create these good lines. I got to create feet for him, I'm noticing. He's just hovering right now. I think I want to create a wheel for his foot. So I'm just going to draw the wheel shape, which is a big oval. And I'm going to put the tread on that. That's those little marks on the rubber on your tires. I'll draw some tread. And let's go ahead and connect those because something's got to hold the wheel there. So I'm going to go right to the middle on both sides. And I'm going to put some lines, just like we've done for the other mechanical parts. All right, so now we've got ways to get around. Let's go ahead and put some arms on them. For her, I think I'm going to do an arm that goes up, and I'm going to keep in that same style. And I'm going to stop it. Same thing over here. This arm's going to be reaching down, so I'm going to go and I'm going to start my tube shape. And I'm going to close it. And just like we've said over and over again, we erase that line. And I can erase some of these old lines that I don't want, that weren't my perfect circle. All right. Let's go ahead and put our marks back on. And on the ends of each of these, I'm going to put a circle first. And then I'm going to draw a claw hand so she can pick things up like a claw. Like those games you play where you can win a stuffed animal or a prize. I'm just going to do long shapes that almost look like L's. Forwards and backwards L's. Okay. Maybe I want to put something on her head too, kind of like he has. Well, we'll come back to that. Let me go ahead and put some arms on him. For him, I don't know what kind of arms I want. Oh, I'm going to draw kind of shoulders. So I'm going to curve a line down. I've got some shoulders. I'm going to draw my long rectangle arms. Long skinny rectangles. You can put those shapes on it, those lines. And he's just got simple hands. All metal. Making a mitten shape. If you want, you could go in and put fingers. Now, here's the fun part. We get to decorate them. We get to put some cool stuff on them. So maybe he's got this gauge that tells a certain... Maybe he's got some buttons too. Maybe she has a computer screen. And remember, she's a circle. This one's a little more challenging. You've got to make sure you're drawing your computer screen curved. And maybe it's just got some information going across it. Like I said, let's go back to her and put, maybe she's got side antennas, like ears. And just like before, we gotta try and get in there and erase our little line so it looks like it's on top. All right. I'm pretty happy. We can always draw our ground line on. That's a line that makes them look like they're standing on something. And maybe I'm going to go up here so it makes sure we hit that. And you could always put in like an old city or something if you want futuristic. I might put some more buildings behind. That's up to you to decorate. I'm going to fast forward this part of the video where I Sharpie over all my lines. I'll see you on the other side. All right, I hope you enjoyed drawing robots today. Remember, you could choose one or do both. You could come up with your own. Remember to just use shape to create them. Until next week, this is Mr. Phillips. Have fun making art.